Hi friends, welcome you all once again in my channel English Tutorial with Rachna. Friends, before few weeks I uploaded a video on my channel and that is about my interview experience of TGT English in Navodaya Vidyalaya that was held in the month of Feb. So friends, we know very well that many candidates have appeared in different KVS exams for TGT, PGT, PRT for different subjects, and many are going to appear for the interviews too. So after uploading my video, I got many queries of candidates in which they have asked different questions. So my today's video is especially for those candidates, and in this videos I'm going to answer your queries very well. So let me answer your queries one by one. So the first question that is asked about yes. A candidate has asked that, ma'am, is it necessary for a candidate who is appearing for TGT English or PGT English subject, especially English subject, is it necessary to use English communication? So I would say one thing, that if you are going to appear for an English teacher, then you must have a good communication in English. But there are many conditions, there are many candidates we know very well that I myself belong from a state and I have studied from the state board, and because of that many candidates face problems, although they know English very well but they face problem in communication. So if you think that your English communication is not very good and it's not up to mark, then it's okay if you use the bilingual skill. You can use Hindi and English both, but whatever your explanation, whatever your subject knowledge, it should be best, and then it will work for your interview. And the next thing that has been asked by the candidates are, yes, let me read the next question. So the next question is, how did I introduce myself? Yes, friends. So how we have heard many videos and we have watched many videos on YouTube, and we can see that it's very obvious that first of all you need to tell your name, then the districts and the state, because we know that KVS and NVS held their interview in a particular state and the candidate from all over India appear at that particular venue. So in that case you need to tell your city and your state name too, both, because that will give your interviewer a clear picture that what scenario do you belong. So I simply told my name, that my name is Rachna and I hail from the district Mau of Uttar Pradesh. And after telling about my location, I told them about my highest qualification, that I have done post graduation and B.Ed both from the same university, Veer Bahadur Purvanchal University. And after telling my educations, you need to share your experience. So in continuation to that, I told them that after completing my education, I started teaching in convent school, and after 1 year teaching there, I got the opportunity to teach in Kendriya Vidyalaya as a contract teacher as PGT English, and I would have taught there for 1.5 year. Then I got the opportunity. I was selected for a 3 year contract in Army Public School as TGT English. So while I was teaching there, and I am working as an assistant teacher in basic education department in Uttar Pradesh. So after telling all these experiences about my previous teaching experiences and what presently or currently you are working, that you need to tell. And after telling that, I told them about my family members, that how many family members are that there in there in my family. And after telling that, I told them about my hobby, and that was, so this was my introduction. It was not very long and not very short. So let me read the next question that has been asked by the candidate. Yes, the next question is that how did I introduce my topic? So I have told you that I taught a poem. So it was written by Robert Frost. So its title was very, we can say that it was very unusual. So it was very difficult to get that title directly from the mouth of the students. So I simply asked the student that. Yes, tell me, after going there to the blackboard, I asked the interviewer that while I was doing the blackboard writing, the interviewer stopped me from doing that. They told that I have to start directly. Then I took them permission that can I use the introduction skill. They said yes. Then I asked that, okay, dear student, can you tell me that how many of you have faced such condition then when there are two or more options in front of you and you have to choose in between or among? So they answered, they many students will raise your hand, will raise hands surely. So they did the same, interviewer did the same. And I, after telling that yes, then what do you think before taking any decisions? How much time do you take? So after talking on this for a minute or two, I told them that yes, so today's topic, what I am going to teach you today, is about that how should we take the decision, and how much consideration and pondering is important before taking any decision, and what decision do we take in our life, on that only our life depends. So I told them about all that. And one thing I would like to say that yes, after talking that, I directly told them that yes, today have you read any American poets? So they can answer that too. And after that, telling that there is one American poet who used to be very favorite of our first prime minister, who is Jawaharlal Nehru, and he used to like a stanza of his poem very much. Do you know about that? That many of the students may know and many may not. So you can tell about that. What is the purpose of the introduction question is that only to check the previous knowledge of the student. So that I did only simply. And after that, I told them that yes, it was, the woods are lovely, dark and deep, but I have promises to go and miles to go before I sleep. So after telling all this references, I directly jumps to the topics, that one more important poem that is very appropriate and very useful for you in this stage of life, and that has been included in our syllabus, and that is The Road Not Taken, which gives a very important message. So this is how I introduce the topic. And one next question that has been asked, that yes, one candidate has asked that, ma'am, whether it is important to use the introduction skills. So yes, in my case I used it, and the interviewer allowed me. They said me that yes, you have to use the introduction, and in my opinion it is also very important, because introduction skill is very important part of teaching, because it gives you how you can check the previous knowledge as a student and from where you need to start. So it is very important. And the next thing that has been asked, yes, one question is that, ma'am, demo teaching पर भी video बनाए. So I will make that, and for that I will make a separate video on demo teaching, that how I did my demo teaching, and that will not today's video. Definitely it is going to be another video. So these much are the queries which has been asked by the candidate, which are important here to answers. So candidate, if you have any more queries about any other queries related to TGT English interview or PGT English interview, so you can put your comment in my video, and surely I'll try to give you the answer. So that's all. Thank you.